Welcome to today's online class. Our topic today is finding the volume of material in a pipe. Now, to find the volume of material in a pipe, simply subtract the volume of the smaller cylinder from the larger cylinder. So let's quickly use this diagram to explain that further. Now we have this diagram here. From this diagram, we have the bigger cylinder and the smaller cylinder. The big R here is the radius of the big cylinder, while the small r here is the radius for the smaller cylinder, and the h here is the height of the cylinder. Now the volume of material in a pipe is given by V is equals to pi big R square h minus pi small r square h. That is, we are subtracting the volume of the smaller cylinder from the larger cylinder. Simplifying this equation further, we are going to have V is equals to pi h open bracket big R square minus small r square. Because pi h is common in this equation, so we can easily factor it out here, and what will be left in the bracket will now be big R square minus small r square. So where R is the outer radius, that is the radius of the larger cylinder, and small r is the inner radius, that is the radius of the inner cylinder, that is a smaller cylinder. Right. H is the height of the cylinder. Now let's quickly take an example on how to apply this formula in solving problems. Example 1. A melter pipe has an internal diameter of 6 cm and an external diameter of 14 cm. Calculate A, the volume of the melter in a pipe of length 4 meters. B, the mass of the melter in kg if it has a density of 9.7 grams per centimeter cube. Take pi to be equals to 3.142. Now the solution. Now, in finding the volume of melter in a pipe of length 4 meters, we need to define our R, small r, to be the internal radius and our big R to be the external radius. Now, our R, which is the internal radius, is equals to internal diameter divided by 2. So we need to divide the internal diameter by 2, because what we are giving here, we are not giving the radius direct. They gave us in terms of diameter. So we need to convert that diameter to radius. So in doing that, we have to divide our diameter by 2. And our diameter is given as 6. So we need to divide this 6 by 2. In doing that, we are going to have our radius as 3 centimeters. So the internal radius is 3 centimeters. Now let's look for the external radius, which is the big R. Now the big R is equals to the external diameter divided by 2. So we need to convert the external diameter back to external radius. So that is why we need to divide it by 2. So and our external diameter is given as 14. So we divide 14 by 2, and we are going to have the external radius as 7 centimeters. Now we are given that the length of the pipe is 4 meters. The length of the pipe is given in meter, so we need to convert that 4 meters back to centimeter, which is the height of the pipe. And recall that 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeters. So in converting 4 meters to centimeter, what we just need to do here is just to multiply 4 by 100. So 4 times 100 will give us 400. So 4 meters is equals to 400 centimeters. So the volume of larger cylinder is equals to pi big R square H. Now substituting all these parameters, our big R is 7 centimeter and our pi is given as 3.142 and our H is 400. Now substituting all this into this formula, we are going to have 3.142 times 7 square times 400. So by multiplying all this together, we are going to have the volume of the larger cylinder as 61,583.2 centimeter cube. Now let's calculate the volume of the smaller cylinder. Now if you could recall that the formula for the volume of the smaller cylinder is given as pi R square H. Now substituting in the value of pi, which is 3.142, and our radius, that is the internal radius, is 3. So substituting into this formula, we are going to have R square, and our H, that is the length of the pipe, is 400 centimeter. So which is this 400? So multiplying everything together here, we are going to have our answer as 11,311.2 centimeter cube as the volume of the smaller cylinder. Now let's get the volume of the metal in the pipe. Now if you could recall our formula for finding a volume of metal in a pipe, we say the formula is pi big R square H minus pi small r square H. Now let's quickly substitute in the volume of the larger cylinder and the smaller cylinder into this equation here. So by doing that, we are going to have the volume of metal in a pipe as 61,583.2 minus 11,311.2. So by subtracting this from this, we are going to have the volume of metal in a pipe as 50,272 centimeter cube as our answer. Now let's quickly take the B part, where we are asked to calculate the mass of the metal in kg. Now if you could recall that density is equals to mass over volume, and mass is equals to density times volume. Now we are going to have our mass as 9.7, which is the density given, times 50,272 as our volume of metal in the pipe. Now by multiplying these two together, we are going to have the mass as 487638.4 grams. So I'm going to convert the grams to kg. So by doing that, we are going to obtain this. We are going to divide this by 1000, because 1000 grams is equals to 1 kg. So by dividing this figure by 1000, we are going to have 487.6384 kg. The mass is therefore 487.6 kg to 1 decimal place. Thank you for watching.